Welcome everybody. Welcome to the evening talk, Money Talk with SmartRobie, the evening edition of Rubber Glove Industry. And the title tonight is TopGlove, Kossan Hartalega, SuperMax. Which rubber glove should I buy and avoid? Now, just now before we start, I asked everyone, do you all have rubber glove? And everyone is typing rubber. And some of you who type one, which is good. You are just for the first time. So it's good that we know many of you have rubber glove. I have to, my clients have to. So there was a really big concern when people come up to me and ask, Martin, how rubber glove can hold or sell everything? What do you think? Have any of you sold everything? Some of you have sold everything or sell partial. Can you type sell partial or sell everything? Just type it into the comments so at least I know, I understand the predicament when you know. So what we really want to do tonight is really to understand the, not only on the technical side, we also want to understand the fundamental as well as the news that surrounds and all this meat go higher, go lower, or apa macam. Alright, okay, so that's what we're going to do. And for those of you who, please go on and like our Facebook in here. So that's good. Let's start. Okay, some of you sell partial in here. Okay, let's go on. Okay. Now, before we start, again, those of you who are listening the first time, just let me go through all this. Be part of our 4,000 Telegram follower, and this is the QR code. So click on it, and you'll get all the updates that you have. And also, don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. I know some of you are busy, don't have time to watch. So even tonight, this presentation, we will edit it and we will upload to YouTube so you can share with other people in there. That's one of the benefits. And those of you who do not know, our SmartRobie is available free of charge. You can download it from the Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. And do share this. And I tell people, look, don't pay first. Just share with your friends or your colleague, and you will get 200 credit. Use the personal code under the profile detail. Just share it. And that's what you have. Because some of the information, we actually refer back to SmartRobie in here. Okay? Now, in our breakfast talk, some of you may not know, we started our breakfast, we are in our third week, and we get good response too. And I get very sharp now in stock picks, and I'll share some of the stocks week that we have. So those of you who have time, if you don't have time, you can watch it during lunchtime, because what I do, basically, is for you. This show is dedicated for you. I read the newspaper for you. That's right. Usually, most people, they have time, they will flick through the Star Business or the CEO morning briefing. So what I do, I read it for you, I compress it, make those necessary points that you need, and make it in a 15-minute video for you. That's what I do. Okay. So because usually when I was reading newspaper, I say, got people analyze for me good. This share can buy. Let's say, Sapura Energy that can buy. So I'll do that for you. I'll look at the chart, look at the fundamental, and that's what this show all about. So make sure you join me in here. Now, one of the benefits that we do is the premium alerts. Now, premium alerts, what we do, we highly recommend for those intraday. The breakfast talk, we talk about it. And I think 30th, which is yesterday, 9:30, we pick Rubberex and we pick KUB. And KUB up 8% already since the morning pick. So make sure you check it. If you don't have time, just do it yourself on the Robi premium alert. Just hit that one, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Look at the chart. And there's a video tutorial also I have released on the Facebook as well as on YouTube, showing you how to do those setups. Especially those of you who have not attended any of our course, you just want something basic. You say, Martin, I don't want to attend any more courses. Just give me some rules. I have those videos. Make sure you catch up those videos too. All right, those are nice 8% if you want those intraday trading. Okay, meanwhile, very important. Meanwhile, why this is important? Now, I said this last week. Okay, last week we have what we call retailer outpacing for professional. That's right. Retailer outpacing for professional is due to what? It's due to this COVID-19. We have seen something very, very significant, which is a lot of the retailer like you and me, we are beating the professional. I think one of the things that we pit against this guy, you know who is this guy? Okay. Okay. Do you know who is this guy? Anybody? All right. I'm sure you all know this, right? This guy is no other than Warren Buffett. So the story talks about, it was featured in CNN, but they did not actually publish this because it doesn't look very good, because some of the sponsors for CNN are from hedge fund. And when you say the retailer are beating the professional, it does look very bad. So they will not sponsor on CNN. Said, make sense or not? If I make sense, give me a thumbs up, right? So why is this story important? It tells you during this run, you can see Warren Buffett sold at the low, and this guy who's one of the trader, he used technical chart just like we do, and he are able to outpace. You can look at this chart here. So he's beating those professionals during the COVID-19 by double time. So he has made this stock, maybe he didn't make 100% on the American airline, but he made maybe 50 or 60%. So my point, what I'm trying to say is very simple. If you have the right tool, the right education and the mindset, and you listen to free information like this one that we do, which makes sense. Very important, the information we present to you must make sense. Okay, it must be logical. It must have fundamental and technical. Don't just look purely on fundamental. It gets you in trouble. You also must have technical. But problem if you just have technical, don't have fundamental. So what we do in this talk, we try to combine all together, make it something much easier to be presentable to you with charts and India. And later on, you decide. That's right, you decide. You are the final one, you want to hold or not. All right, so you know about this one. So with the SmartRobie, we believe many of you will do as well as the guy on the left-hand side, which means the retailer beating the professional. So right now we are seeing a lot of people really taking money out from the fixed deposit or their FD because the interest rate is very low. So they are managing it, and there are many ways to do it. All right, something I will share with you next week. So make sure you catch me next week for another great talk on teaching you how to manage your money. Now let's move on. Now there's a solid case for the rising glove prices. Now can anybody tell me what is the solid case that we have right now? Type it in there. What is the current solid case for rising rubber glove? I think many of you are known, right? If you look at the press in here, it is no other than what? Right? The affected area, if you look at right now on the chart, we have three charts in time. The US, the Brazil, and the Russia. What do all these three have in common? Can someone tell me? All right, I show you all know that they are one of the biggest contributor to the new cases. We are almost at 10 million, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have to tell you that, and you can see it and hear it from Bloomberg all the time. Okay, so what has happened on CNN, you can see here Fauci, he's appearing after 3 weeks. Donald Trump don't want to see him, because every time when you see Dr. Anthony Fauci, or they call him Tony Fauci, right? He is a menace to the White House, because when he comes in, he's going to tell you more people die. But it's silly, isn't it? You all know that, right? This guy is trying to rescue American, and he say, look, right now US has 40,000 per day infection. 40,000. And how many cases do we have in Malaysia? Anybody? All right, how many cases do we have in Malaysia? You know, right? We are less than 10 cases. My God. Nasib baik kita the other di Malaysia. Really, if you think of it, we are so blessed, and by the MOH that has done a very good job, and we have done that. So you can see what Fauci said, that look, with the case of going 100,000, and that's why today you see all the glove semua jalan. Correct or not? 100,000, because we are up at 40,000 ma. 40,000, then you have 100,000. That could be 2 times. That's why you see the stock again really surge. Okay, and let's move on. Also Brazil, another record. COVID-19 staggering 250, almost 260,000 cases in 1 week. US 40,000. 40,000 times 7 is how many? 280,000. 260,000 in Brazil. And how about Russia? Okay, Russia going about another 16. So these are all the case for the rising rubber glove. And some people really say, wow, second wave, third wave, upper wave, want to jump in and buy. And that's why you see this big surge. Am I right? No, this is what I just said here. If I'm right, give me a thumbs up, right? So this is important because it's going to give you a perspective of where the market is. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, now 5 known facts. Of course, we also have to look at the overall market, the stock market that we have, and let's give you a simple 5 known facts to that. The first one, okay, now like it or not, people say, wow, so many cases, you got COVID 100,000. Why is the stock market going higher now, right? So stock market has the best quarter, but don't forget what we have yesterday was 30th of June. Okay, 30th of June is what we call window dressing. So perhaps we will see a bit of correction going inside in here, but market are topping in here. But no doubt about it, the economy is moving. Let's see how well we do tonight. Will we see probably of a sell-off? 30th of June was the window dressing too. Okay, and second news which actually came out is the revision of our S&P 500 by our global. That simply tells you, look, our country not doing so well. I think I covered this on the breakfast show in the Money Talk with SmartRobie. So what it simply says that, look, our ratings for Malaysia has been downgraded to a negative. This is all part because of the COVID-19, and we didn't do so well. We have the Bencana stimulus, so we are basically borrowing more money. However, there are some good news, which is rising oil prices. So if once a rising oil prices comes out, that will help cushion it. But then again, foreign funds, which is the next slide on the top, they already left. Sudah cabut the deal. Okay, so this is what we have seen so far. Now the third one is this rally that we see now. Remember today, finally I talked about it last week and the week before. We need to stay above 1500. We did rise back to 1500, but again, the analysts want to say, hey, you need to have earnings recovery. All right. What I've shown on the earlier morning talk show talks about the first quarter was okay. We are about plus 14% higher than last year. But the second quarter, you all know what happened second quarter this year, right? Q2 2020. It is the COVID-19. So we are down almost 30%. So a lot of the news that's coming out, VS didn't make money. The only one make money, you all know lah, rubber glove on here. What else? The oil and gas didn't make money. The car company didn't make money. Now they're trying to come. The construction didn't make money. The property didn't make money. So that is a slew of things. As the economy open up, and the ability for us to travel within the region, we'll see this recovery happening in here. So fourth fact, let me get a sip of water here, is foreign fund selling. Okay, now the foreign fund selling also consummate together with what I just showed you just now, which is the foreign funds, which is the negative rating inside here. So having said that, foreign funds leaving, and I talked about last week, foreign funds leaving means who is the taiko inside there? The taiko is actually retailer. Just all the retailer like you and me holding up the fort. There are growth in it, but it's very pricey now, which I will talk about it in here. But my real question comes, and I always talk about on my every talk, wait for the foreign funds to come. When the foreign funds come in, they will go through the roof. They haven't come in yet. When, I don't know yet, but the first sign would probably be a change of Pakatan or snap election, which everyone talks about it. That's a political things I don't want to touch. Can be very, very sensitive too. All right. So this is where we want to see foreign funds. When they come in, this market will move. So right now it's moving. So people are kind of concerned because they talk about usually retail participation. That is you and me in KLSA, usually about 30%, 1/3 lah. But now it's more than 1/3. And they say these are hot money lah because retailer cannot tahan ma. And I think I talked about it last week. Early on, why so much money are in the stock market is partly because first, the moratorium, people are supposed to pay interest for their housing of their loans or car loans or business loans. They're not paying, they put the stock market. And also casino sudah tutup, but now this week open back like casino. Last Friday, I think 2 Fridays ago open, as well as the Empat Ekonombo, Magnum and Berjaya Toto, they all open up. So that will take a bit of money out from the market. So they are still questioning, will this rally be still sustainable? Of course, when the foreign funds comes in, yes, we're going to see that market go. So this is a chart from our TradeVSA package. Some of you may not have seen it. Those of you who are member would have seen it yet. But more importantly, we try to type, let me just show you here, the relationship, okay? The relationship, let me just bring up the pen here. Okay, this blue line here, right, is the KLCI. Now you notice on average, look to the left hand side, it's always around 200 million. 200 million is the net selling. So right now you can see it sort of reduces to maybe less than 150 million. Okay, net selling. So can you see that? So that is very, very significant. Okay, why we say that is because you used to sell a lot, now selling a bit less, but we might hit a bit more. But more importantly is we do see small speck of foreign funds. They haven't come in big yet, but when they come in, the market will go high. So one of the thinking of a lot of the local retailers is that, oh, foreign fund haven't come yet, I buy first. Okay, when they come, the market will go up, I will sell. So foreign fund also waiting about this. It's like a cat and mouse game in here. Still very interesting. We will see how it goes from in here. All right. So also looking at the next point we want to talk about is 7 weeks ago, I keep flashing this. The quarter is bad. And just like Warren Buffett always say, I think many of you would know, you must learn how to buy on bad news. All right. Having said that, the only comfort that you have is learn to read the chart. chart reading is important. As more chart that you see, you're better. Like us, many of our members and myself, we've been trained to read chart. We look at the news, no doubt we look at the news, but we must learn how to buy on bad news. You know, just like Warren said, you want to be selling when there is big greed, and you want to be buying there is panic. That's right. It's no different from that. So on that part, I hope many of you have learned. The GDP has declined more and more, and they also talk about the manufacturing index that you can see 2020 on the chart in here. Market dipped down. That's right. When you dip down, just looking back at 2009, this is the chart that I'm going to show you here. All right. Let me just get my pen here first. All right. So this one, it goes down, it comes back up. Okay. So same thing, this one goes down, it's going to come back up. So that is why the market is going higher, okay, because of the dipping it back. Just take note of that one. So market is correcting right now. Those of you who want to take, we did correct. I think the market now break back higher again because we break back to 1500. So those of you who have better think of buying some. If you're taking profit, take profit in the first round. Now you get to buy back a bit more. So have a list of stocks to do. And next week we're going to talk about one special topic. You must come and listen, which is related to this one in here. So what we try to do is do series or talk. When I say talk, that leads you, hope you learn something too. So this story basically talk about Malaysian debt, and I think you all talk about the finance minister, Tengku Zafrul, talk about our GDP being 55%, which in Facebook, I also mentioned, look, don't be shy. We're already at 55, we are at 58. If you add on the obligations of the debt, we are 1.1 trillion. Our debt is really at 1.1 trillion, more than what it should in here. So with this debt, what does it mean? It means the future have to pay. The future children, the future generation have to pay. Our ringgit, I don't think you ever... Do you think you ever go back to 3.8? Just type it in if you think you can go back to 3.8. What do you think? Can you go back to 3.8 now? Right? So this all tells you why. Now why it's important is because this chart simply tells you when you see red pentagon on the TradeVSA chart, and of course you can get this chart that you see here absolutely free by downloading a copy of SmartRobie and under stock chart, which I'm going to show you in here. So the TradeVSA is part of our company trademark in here, and it's patent pending. We filed for patent right now. Very beautiful. Our closing tonight 1%. That's right. Up 13 points to 1514. Okay, so it's going to turn soon. So if you look in terms of those of you who tend to be very busy, you can use the red pentagon, time it correctly, green, and then sell also correct, and it's going to turn back green, go back in. So you use this as a guide. Okay, use this as a guide, plus the talk that I do every night in here, absolutely free of charge, that you can share with your friends, because the insight we want to tell you will really help you a lot. It does help myself and also many of our members too. So we find that the little things that we do in life that benefit you, just share it. We really hope you can share this video in here. Now let's go on to these here. Now one point you could really see also the what we call the bullishness. Now a lot of talks that you see on CNN and Bloomberg, they use this 20%. Okay, keep in mind 20%. Anything that's down from the old high 20%, they say bear market. That's it. Right? Anything up from the below 20%, they'll call it bull market. Now, why this is important? It talks about the distinction that the bull market that we have since 2009, which is almost 11 years to 2020. Because people say, bull market 10 years only, so we extended by 1 year to 11. So that bull market has ended, and again, whether you believe it or not, we are beginning of a bull run. Now there are talks right now, even this coming election. Which election are we talking about? Please type that in. Okay, which election are we talking about? November 3rd, very important, the election. Not Singapore. Singapore is July 15, July 10. Okay, very fast near July 10. No, another 9 more days. No, what election are we talking about here? Okay, what election? Right, that's the Donald Trump going for his second election. Whether Joe Biden wins or whether Donald Trump wins, the market is going to hit a new high. All right, of course, with Donald Trump holding the fort, it would be better. But having said that, our market really moved up from the bottom around the 1,100. Of course, you can use the chart in Robi in here. We are technically out from bear market into a bull market, and we are minus 4% from the last high, February 2020. No doubt, not all stocks has recovered, but definitely the Hatta has done pretty well. Some of those technology have done pretty well. The others, Padini, those apparels, and those oil and gas, they kena hantam left and right. Don't forget also finance. Now finance sectors may be in trouble because of the extension of the moratorium, and also the interest rate. So these are two factors that will press that price down. So you hear it first from Martin in here. Now let's go on to the second part, which I talk about how the stock market will go up. Now, the likelihood of Donald Trump winning right now, it's very low because his rating has dropped a lot, almost by 15 points or 20 or 15 or 16 points, depending which chart you look at. What it simply says in US, they have this kind of opinion poll ratings. Whenever anything dip below 4%, he's finished. One ton, that's it. Very hard to win. So this is a very famous professor, and he wrote a very good book, Stocks for the Long Run. What he says in this book, basically, he's a stock guy. He said that buy stock, don't buy bonds, because you'll make money in stocks. That's what the book says about it. This is the 4th edition. He's quite a smart guy, so when he says something, it makes a lot of sense. So he said that Dow can hit 30,000 by 2021, which is year end. Right now it's about 26, another 4,000 more. If Republican keep the Senate and the corona is contained. Now keep in mind, he didn't say Donald Trump. Okay, what do you think? Do you think Dow will hit 30,000? Type in 30,000, do you think? Or type in 30K? Because this is very important. This guy know what he says. He's regularly appeared on CNN, and I actually listen to him. So 30,000 if Republican keep the Senate and corona is contained. Okay, so he didn't say whether, all right, of course, if the Republican keep the Senate, that means Donald Trump have to win now, right? Isn't it? Because the Senate, because the House of Congress now is run by Democrats, which is led by Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi, I always get that name right. Okay, so point is, Dow Jones will start to turn up. Now, there are two ways running it. There could be a correction right now coming down because after the window dressing on the 30th of June, or the market will hit back down. So it's all going to depend how the market and the corona. Now, very important, continue to watch the corona cases. As the cases comes out, the news will absorb. But if you can hold on, you'll see the market rally, and that's the time to buy now. It's going to be a bit of guessing in here. We cannot get it right, but of course, those of you who want to, wait for the green pentagon to come out first. All right. Again, the market, like Malaysian market, we are up 35%. This US market is up 52%. And technically, we are in a bull market in the US sense. Okay. Yeah, with the vaccine, Dow Jones, yeah, exactly. I do agree with Derek in here. Now, okay, let's look at the factors in here. Okay, we've been talking so much. Then we will say, hi, Martin, already half an hour, when can you start about the rubber counter? That's right. So which counter? TopGlove, Kossan Hartalega. Now, I want you to type any of these 4 stocks you have. Do you have TopGlove? Do you have Kossan? Do you have Harta? And do you have SuperMax? Please type it in there because I really want to know. Okay? Please type it in. Else I will wait for you. Okay? Do that and let me see. Okay, what stocks do you have? Okay, what stock do you have? Let me know. Okay, let's go on. Okay, I want to have a bit of fun. It's enjoyable. Have a cup of tea. You know, it's just like me talking to you, like a bit like Zoom meeting. Okay. Oh, the slides are very blurred now. How's the slide for the rest of the people? Okay, is the slide okay for the others? Okay. Okay. The slide is okay, right? Okay. Oh, good. Some don't have, some got kata. Okay, don't have. Good. Okay, here you are. Now, who are these 4 guys? Okay, let me just train you guys first. The first guy, okay, let me just bring up. Okay, if you don't know, at least you all know which company. Okay. Who is this guy? How about this one? Who is this fella? Okay, must train, you all know. Right? Because honest face, ma. Do I look honest? Yes or no? If I look honest, type honest, okay? If I look very cheatful, liar, also type there, okay? Let's have a bit of fun, okay? So this guy in here, alright? Okay. Now this guy in here is no other than, then Tan Sri, Tan Sri, you know. I still remember when I was covering Kossan, he wasn't a Tan Sri, he was just a Dato', now got Tan Sri, you know. Next time you come back, you will see now. Now who are these guys? Let's put on, okay? Holding Rolex, okay, honest, okay. So this is no other, this guy is TopGlove, right? Tan Sri, Dr. Lim Chi, why? You must know, if you're going to keep this stock, you better know the guy, the owner of the company, okay? So that's why I put it up for you in here. How about this fella here? Tan Sri Dato' K.S. Lim, right? Okay, this is, you can see right at this, you can't see it in here, but let me just circle here as my laser pointer. You can see he's wearing a Kossan pin. Okay, that's a Kossan pin. And Albert Chok, okay, Albert Chok is basically is a custodian now. You know what happened to SuperMax? Anybody know what happened to SuperMax? All right? Anybody know what happened to SuperMax? Okay, SuperMax was Stanley Tai and the wife founded it, right? Suma go to jail. They went to jail because of the 2007 insider trading, right? That was still during Pakatan time lah, 2007. So people say this one is a little bit of case inside there, but he has gone to jail for in 2017. He'll be out in 2023. So Stanley Tai basically will be back in business, whether he will run it or not. But pretty much currently, Albert Chok is he comes from the corporate governance society, so he look very honest. You can see this guy, right? And the last guy below here is Mr. Kwan Kam Hong. Okay, Kwan Kam Hong runs. You can't see the name here. I apologize for that one. Just take my word for it. Mr. Kam Kwan Hong, and he runs is the owner of Hartalega, and he is also the 10th richest man in Malaysia. All these fellas are, with the exception of maybe Albert right? They are one of the richest. They own a lot of stocks, and those stocks has gone up a lot more. Okay, of course their motto is wear a mask and wear a glove for your safety. Okay, isn't it? Insider, good. You guys are well informed, right? The Stanley Tai case. Okay, let's go on. Okay, now here I just want to share with you this 4 counters or glove. Okay, now. The 4 counters, this 4 counters glove really control almost 40 to 50% of the KFC market cap. So that's why if the rubber glove jalan like today lah, that's what our CI also jalan, up 13 points. Okay, so if you see that, if you use a Pentagon for your own timing, you can use a rubber, you can use that one on the Robi, or you can subscribe to a real-time one, right? 120%, 72% for Kossan Hartalega, 33%, but SuperMax was the big winner, 380%, because SuperMax was considered as what we call the dark horse, the black horse. Nobody knows about them, and suddenly they really moved. Let's look at some of those, because usually SuperMax has what we call burden. You have this baggage because of Stanley Tai and the case, so a lot of people don't want to touch that counter since 2018, so it's been 2 years already. But now, being what it is, people need to buy the rubber glove, and we're going to go through some of those slides. Very important right now. You can get your camera ready and take the photos, okay? Or you can do screenshot. I'm very happy you can get screenshot, do whatever you can just to get that information informed, and share the pictures that I've taken and give it to your friend. Especially those of you who has rubber glove, and if you share in your timeline, that's great too. Now, what are the risks? Now, I'm sure you all listen enough to a lot of rubber glove. Am I correct? No, rubber glove can buy, rubber glove cannot buy, all this, right? So tonight I'm going to twist the presentation in what are the risk factor, right? No, you all know about it. Yeah. If I want to buy rubber glove, what should I consider? All right. So I'm sure these are the factors I sit down there, quite important to you, and you think of it. Hey, it makes sense. Totally makes sense. Okay, now let's look at it. You have many news that's coming out. Hey, cap on rubber glove. I cannot buy rubber glove anymore because I cannot have collateral. Then there are news, rubber glove price softening. Your competitor coming in. Apa macam, how? Right? And because of this, you can see this actually came out on Nikkei ASEAN review. Why is this important? Why I want to show you this is because if you notice who is number 1, who is number 2. Can you type that in? Who is number 1 and who is number 2? Right? TopGlove and Hartalega. Once you get into the Nikkei Asian review, this is where the regional fund manager will be interested in looking at it. You see that Kako is the internet services, Vodafone, all right? Then what is the other one? The other one is Citron, Biopharmaceutical, Ichitan, LG, BYD. It belongs to China. So these are like, this is like Hartalega and TopGlove playing ASEAN League. ASEAN League, like ASEAN football. Right, you play the small league. KLSC is a small one, basically just Malaysian league. This is where you play the bigger league, because once you have the market cap there, about 10 billion US dollar, and you rise this much with the case around it, when you've been covered by Bloomberg. This is where a lot of the local institutional funds is going to come in and start to buy. So in many ways, they will engineer a lot of the shakeout, especially weekend holder. We are the weekend holder. We are weak because we are public. So that's why earlier on I share with you the professional and the retailer. Very important, you must understand these two distinctions. The professional in this case are the so-called institutional. They're going to come in, they're going to engineer some sort of a scare to scare you out. So chart reading is important. All right, take note of it. That's why I want to show you this one in here. Now, what are the risk factors in here? I've listed down 4. Actually, there are more, but of course, these are the 4 things. Does it make sense now what I've said here? Okay, Pfizer just announced vaccine news. Yeah, that's all. Is it pricey now? Okay, first, Chinese competitor. Okay, third, vaccine COVID-19 and what we call the post-peak mass demand. Because usually in any supply and demand law of economic supply, you have a part where go demand, supply meet, right? Then suddenly supply overwhelm, demand drop. This is what we talk about it. And then the other one is the black swan events. So these are the 4 factors. If I cover them tonight, you also can sleep soundly, right? Then some of you may consider, hey, I want to buy some more, no? Okay, more. I want to buy some more rubber glove, or I don't want to buy a rubber glove. I take the profit that I have, I look for the next stock. So Martin, got any next stock? No. Any next sector? Keep watching. Some of these I have covered also on YouTube. Just go and watch some of the sectors I talk about. I think previously I talked about Panda, and Panda done pretty well too. I bought some Panda at that time too. Okay, so these are the 4 factors in here. Let's look at them. First one. Okay, first one is definitely Panda. Is it pricey now? Okay, now here I already said that very simple. Take a photo of this one in here. If you don't like my face, don't take my face. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is important. So you compare those 4 companies in here. Just want to show you in. All right, of course you can just click on the stock fundamentals on the SmartRobie. That's why I said download SmartRobie in here. Here's the thing. Now TopGlove already made this announcement. EPS for Hartalega will be the 6th of August. Okay, let me just bring up the laser. This is the 6th of August here, right? And Kossan now these are all what we call trailing PEs. They are not forward PE, so we cannot do trailing PE because we cannot do a forecast. So we look at last year. Now all in all, what it's trying to say, look, everything growth has a price. Typically the KLCI average PE is only 15 times. 15 saja. Right? As a matter of fact, Singapore is even cheaper. It's only 12 times. So it means anything more than 15, you're overpaid. Of course, rubber glove is super growth, man. Correct? No, so many growth. That's why we are looking at it. Pay 35 times, 45 times. So right now, TopGlove has re-normalized it. It's still at 66 times. So this is where personal is. Some people feel that, look, I don't want to pay so much. 66 is too much. Is there any cheaper one there? So you look at here, Hartalega. So that boils down to Kossan being the least expensive one, right? SuperMax 77, Hartalega. But I do think Harta, once the 6th of August comes in, which is another 1 more month, right? 1 more month from now, the PE will normalize because the earnings, right? Remember, PE is price divided by earnings. So earnings goes up because the denominator goes up, then the PE will drop. I think it will drop back to around 60. Because before that, TopGlove was 110. Remember 3 weeks ago, we did a TopGlove. Can buy or cannot buy. All right, that's the one. Okay, so it's pay dividend to watch those in here. So let's look at the next in here. So look at that. Remember, 35 to 45 times only. Okay. So next one is the Chinese competitor. Talk about prices. So what I did, I took the liberty. You can see there. I don't think many of you know a box of rubber glove. How many of you know a box of rubber glove? If you know a box of rubber glove, type it in there. 1 box of rubber glove. How much you all know? All right, I know because I buy rubber glove boxes for my mom who's in the nursing home. Okay. So I do know, but it's around 15 to 17 ringgit. They have cheap one and they're latex and powder. But all in all, what it's trying to say, taking an average of 20 ringgit for 100 pieces, okay? Which works out around 2 cents, 2 cents for 1 pair, okay? So this is important. That tells you whether the rubber glove that is elasticity or it can be a lot of difference in here, okay? Now the Chinese competitor, the next news also talk about here, which also about there are many small players coming in, right? Not only the Chinese player, the big 4 we know, like Acoustic, which is a speaker maker. They have partnered with latex partners, and there's also MQ technology. Because what happens is that we do see a lot of those. First, most of those companies like Notion VTech, SCGM, they all go to things that are very simple. They make masks first, PPE or the plastic cover. Those are low-hanging fruit. I mean, if you have a cloth, you buy from China, you do the stitching, you just need to hire some foreign workers, they stitch counting for you, okay? But rubber glove need a little bit more technology because of the formula for the latex and the nitrate mixture, and also the machinery. Got a lot of automations and very smelly one. Last time I audited a component, walao eh, the sulfuric acid cannot tahan. I think now they all close up. I think it's not that smelly. Am I wrong or not? Okay, right, 15 ringgit in here. So a lot of small players are coming in, but that's not much of a big concern in here. What the small player will do, they will compete on price. Okay, they will compete on price, saying, hey, for example, you are selling at $25 a box. Okay, I will maybe sell $22, just 10% cheaper. Okay, and the delivery time. Now in this story, it talks about the two Chinese competitor, Blue Sail and Inco Medical, which they are currently in 2019 doing 4.3 billion pieces. I'm going to tell you, the next slide will tell you how many pieces each of the do. They're trying to ramp up to 36. China being China, we all know they are great in ramping up. You've seen how they do with all the copies with the phone, so they're doing the same thing too. But the good thing is that our Malaysia, we have that edge, because first is our quality. Those of you how many of you are in the manufacturing? If you're in the manufacturing, just type manufacturing, so I do know. Can you do that for me? If you're in manufacturing, do type in manufacturing. All right, if you're manufacturing, do type in manufacturing here, because reason is Malaysian manufacture is one of the best in the world. We are better, to be frank, we are better than the Chinese. Okay, in some ways, we are better than the Indians. I was told Malaysia manufacturing are Swiss quality, right? Swiss quality with Malaysian price. You know what's that mean or not? Swiss quality, but we are not getting Swiss salary, isn't it? Right? So that's how we compete in the real manufacturing world. We give very good quality, our price are reasonable. All right. Now in this story, basically talk about the cost advantages. The Chinese competitor have to absorb higher costs because of the weather. Right. They use. Next slide, I'll talk about the raw material that is used, and because of the cold weather, they have to heat up. And then they'll end up paying about 10% more. So overall it's 10%. So in terms of cost advantage we have. But I think what's more important also with the US trade tariff war that is ongoing. Remember, China and US. You think the US will buy from Chinese man? Not, isn't it? They'll buy from Malaysia. So don't worry so much about this first, okay? Chinese competitor in here. So the COVID-19 next, the second threat will be the COVID-19 and what we call the past peak mass demand. Now a quick survey on Bloomberg. I think someone just announced Pfizer announced a vaccine news. There are a couple of them. Iran said that they're going to start human trial. There was the also Oxford vaccine, then Malaysia, then the Chinese one. They work with the military one. Every day sure got some vaccine news. All right, and because the race to it, this is my bet. Now, Donald Trump currently is not going to do anything, right? He's just going to let his people die. What he did was that he has money, and his way out, I think many will agree with me, but not ethical. He will pay his way out. He's just waiting for the vaccine to come. If anyone can come with a vaccine before November, he'll get re-elected. He'll take this vaccine and pass on to everybody. Everybody get immunization. And the price and the number of cases drop, he'll be re-elected. Now the question is, many of you would agree, the earliest time frame will be Q4 2020 and Q1 2021 for the possible COVID-19 vaccine. So anytime right now, if Pfizer can do it, Sanofi or the Chinese one, or the France or the Italian can do it, it will be great. That's what the Americans are paying billions to overseas, and also some of it to do that. Do I say this makes sense or not? Okay, if it makes sense, just type 3. Okay, so the vaccine, yes, akan datang, but going forward, if you think very carefully, okay, because of the next slide, I'm going to talk about the next slide. Now, if you look at past mass demand. Now this is a quite interesting slide which I got from UOB. One is looking at the case study between 2009 and 2010. Now you can take a photo of this. It's maybe a bit blurred because this is the best quality. What it simply says, the vaccine, let me just show you here, the vaccine, okay, it's been announced, right? You will see the margin, or what we call the average selling price, will come down. You see that, right? You hit peak here, and that is where the highest point. When the vaccine is announced, now they're already announcing it, right? The question is whether it's available or not. So once they announce, you see that thing is a peak. So people say, look, now they're like one of the reader here just said, they already announced, but you have the second wave, or you have the whatever you call it, the third wave now, and it's going to hit 100,000. So where is it? It's very confusing, isn't it? So that's why we want to present you the picture. Having said that, the vaccine hasn't been really announced yet. Earliest will be Q4. That's what I'm assuming. But very important is once the vaccine is announced, you can see the average selling price is going to drop. Okay, and then next stage is WHO. Okay, WHO is going to come in and announce it's been contained. But right now, what did the guy say? The Ethiopian doctor, it's not even been contained yet, right? I think you all know, because you look at Florida, all the beaches is open. 4th of July, which is the American biggest holiday. Remember, Independence Day. It's like their Merdeka Day, like Malaysia. So everybody go out for holiday, everybody go to the beach, and it's a nice weather now. They've been locked up for 3 months. They haven't got any place to go, so they want to go out, but they can't because the cases are resurging inside here. But having said that, do keep in mind, every selling price will drop, more competitor will come in, and vaccine. Once the vaccine come in, you'll take. But right now, there's still some opportunity inside there. So we're going to look at it. So this, I'm supposed to show you this. This is the average price, apologize, you can't see the slide here, but what I simply tell you, the butadiene and the I can't even pronounce it, acrylonitrile. So what I'm saying, these are the raw material that is needed to make the latex, the nitric glove. Okay, so simply saying the raw material is coming down. So average selling price is also coming down. Same thing also lah, just like your computer chip, and your computers, you used to pay more, now it's coming down, it's cheaper and cheaper. So that's what the things are basically saying, because a lot of people are saying, look, in order to keep the stock price high, today we just have Hartalega hit $13, it's because the average selling price is high. So because we have to see some logic behind it where you can sell or not. Okay, let's look at the next one. Now the other black opportunity are what we call black swan events. Okay, black swan events, there are two here I can think of. Okay, one is the rubber glove windfall tax, just like what the CPO did back in 2000. CPO had a good 2008 they have a CPO, so that's where they started. So that was passed on to 2019 December, about a year ago. Windfall tax, if CPO surpass a threshold. Now I'm going to ask you, will they do a windfall tax or not? Some more all Chinamen were the one. They are not tied to political, so government no money ma. Correct, no? If they can get some money, what do you think? Do you think there will be a windfall tax for the rubber glove? Just type windfall, all right? What do you think? Okay. Now the second one, which is other black swan event, which is a reduction in the selling price, which I just talked about. But having said that, if you look at the bottom chart, number 2 there, okay, number 2, currently the lead time to get your rubber glove is 13 months. Usually it's only about 1 or 2 months. You order, depending how big is the size. Of course, you order 1 box, sent to you lah. But if you order, it's actually above more than 400 days. So that has meaning, if you need your rubber glove immediately, some people want to pay out front, or they go through this. That's what nowadays there were a lot of talks that the middleman for the rubber glove actually make more money, because they can undercut another supply chain and sell it. You want faster? You pay 3 times. Rather than paying $25 per 100 pieces, ringgit, which I share with you, you pay $75. Remember the mask, when it first came out, everybody was paying $5, blah, 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 right? They finally dropped to $250. So same thing also will happen to rubber glove. So the only good thing is because the current numbers, cases is going up, so more people are ordering. But another point, whenever people talk about it, is stockpiling. Now remember in US, in 2016, US do stockpile a lot of face masks during the Obama time, and then they probably use it all. And there was a recommendation to stockpile it. But when Donald Trump came in 2016, he don't want to stockpile. He said this one BS one. We don't need masks, because mask is for somebody, or maybe for Joe Biden. So until today he still don't want to wear masks, despite Mike Pence wear mask. So back to a point that they may stockpile rubber glove. Now I did ask some expert people out there, how long can you keep a rubber glove? Maybe in room temperature. Now remember, anything that is plastic, if a long time, they will turn sticky, isn't it? So maybe there's some protection, not exposed to air, they will stockpile. We don't know, right? Because currently there are really lack of rubber glove. And think of it, rubber glove is very, very unique. I'm talking about the latex. It is only made in this part of the world, in Malaysia. That's it. The Chinese and the Thai, they will eat. Nobody does as well rubber glove because of the history that we have. The latex, we went on from latex, then we move on to the petrol-based, which is the nitrate glove, and nitrate glove now is a biggest selling thing. So if you look from in here, the current latex is 390 days. The current lead time for nitrate is 410 days. The surgical ones, this is the one that more precise about 180, but everybody need the nitrate gloves, that's a more popular one in there. All right, so just think of this, the reduction in selling price. So there is a fall for the selling price, but there is also the lead time. You be deciding of it. Okay, now let's look at the attractiveness of the rubber glove sector. You can see over this from analyst report, how much the growth is. This, imagine if I tell you this is a number of Apple order in the world. Would you believe the same? Apple iPhone 12? iPhone 12, Russia 100% growth, US 160%, Canada 256%. Malaysia don't have, because Malaysia have our own. India, Brazil, you see Brazil is a lot of people dying over there, right? France, the demand is huge. So that why tells you, like, if I'm a businessman, I'll look at this. Well, look at this. I also want to open up a rubber glove company to do that. So that's why it's been so attractiveness. And the global growth, this is from the Malaysian Association of Rubber Glove Manufacturer. So there is always been a nature of 10% growth every year. Okay, so that's why I tell people, you have rubber glove, buy and keep some. It's for longer, because Malaysia, being Malaysia, we're very unique. No one has this rubber, but although people talk about Thailand is been there, but still haven't catch up yet. It's just like saying right now Apple, they're going to make their own chips. They're not going to use Intel chips anymore. I think some of you know about this too. But how good can they make it? It is yet to be known. But Apple being technology involved, we cannot doubt it. But rubber, to get into it, to produce the capacity and also the supply. So right now, the rubber glove demand is about 330 billion. It was used to be 300, they estimated another 10% more. So it's 330 billion per year in here. So that's almost a 12% growth from the usual 8%. So that spurs up the average selling price, or the ASP. Okay, now let's look at the strategy that you can see in here for the four company. This is from one of the analyst slide in here. TopGlove, Hartalega, Kossan, and SuperMax. You can take a photo of this one in here. So you can see the capacity for production. Of course, TopGlove is the Taiko 60 billion pieces. Remember, global is how many pieces? How many million pieces global? Can you all remember how many pieces inside? Just type it in there. How many pieces is the global thing? Because it's important. Just like last week, we talk about Air Asia. We talk about the cash flow, we talk about the debt. You still remember last week? Cash flow and debt level. Okay. So this one, same thing. What is the global demand? Please type it in there. Okay. What is the global demand? Because you need to know this, because they say, hey, what is the percentage? Okay. So remember, it's 330 billion pieces a year. Now, TopGlove make 60%. That is almost how many percent? That is 20%. 20% of the global supply is TopGlove. Okay, Hartalega is behind Hartalega 10%, Kossan 8%, SuperMax also coming. Is it good? Not 1,000 pieces lah. Doris, how can be 1,000 pieces for the whole world? You're so funny, are you? It's 330 billion pieces. Okay. Now, of course, the business model, you can see most of them are OEM lah. If you want to, like Doris say, you want Doris brand, can, but cannot be 1,000 pieces. Maybe 1,000 container. Just kidding. I hope you're not angry, Doris. Okay. So this is what we talk about, and they build OEMs. Basically, any brand you want to, they do it. You can see, product mix is important. TopGlove have 52% latex, but the one that has one of the better margins was Kossan and Hartalega. Okay, they really focus on the nitrate glove because they don't want to compete with TopGlove, which is traditionally on latex and the whole shebang lah. Everything also got lah TopGlove. Right, they are the leader in the nitrate glove because of the, no doubt they make 35%, but because of the 60 million pieces they make more. It's a volume game basically, whereas Hartalega and Kossan looks more into innovation. I think Hartalega did something with the accepted by London. They have this glove that's somehow, cannot remember, there was a news recently was accepted and it was quite innovative too. The other guy, TopGlove, is Hantam volume only. Okay, so you can see pretty much the same North America. We've seen the attractiveness of the global growth that we have inside there. So that sort of give you, a sense where our rubber is. And then when you buy the rubber, all right. Okay, now which one do you like so far here? TopGlove, Hartalega, Kossan, or SuperMax? Type it in there, please. Can you do that? All right. Type it in there. Which one do you like? Okay. No worries, Doris. I'm just having some fun with you, Doris. Hope you don't mind, huh? Okay, which one do you like? Just type it in there and we're going to go on, all right? Okay, let's move on. So also look at the rubber glove counters analysis. You can see it is a year-by-year growth, okay? December 19. And you look back on TopGlove, Riverstone, which is the one in Singapore, they're going to shoot through the roof. Care Plus also same thing. So all these are growing. That's why your stock price that you buy, they follow also the, remember production capacity, it's very, right now production capacity is about 60 billion inside there. They actually follow the sales inside here. Do take note now. And then the next one, you look at the revenue, okay? We have Hartalega, Kossan, of course TopGlove is being almost close up to 5 billion, 5 billion, yeah. 5 billion. That's how much money they make, man. That's a lot of money, 5 billion. That's why they're called Tan Sri, ma. You and me, we're not Tan Sri yet, all right? So revenue continue to grow, earnings will continue to grow. Of course, that will tie back to production, and the capacity will tie back to the demand, which just now we talked about in here. So keep in mind, there are smaller tiers like Care Plus in here, but so which one you're like? Oh, good, TopGlove, Hartalega, Kossan, right? Great. Thank you. Okay, so keep in mind these are the rubber glove in here. All right, let's move on. Now, why this is important? Because I want to show you. This is one slide that I had previously. There's a relationship between earnings and stock prices. So as long as the earnings, now you see on the blue, what we call like a step, you see those steps on, those are earning. And again, you can get this on TradingView. TradingView is free. You don't need to just go into TradingView. Those of you who have not used TradingView, use it because you can put the earnings of Hartalega and the stock price together. So then you understand the relationship between the EPS quarter that they announced and the stock price. So you enhance your learning too. So this is why we use charts, because chart is always the leading indicator, right? If charts boost up, earning usually up. Very seldom it do the other way lah. Okay, so it's one benefit for you to actually get into TradingView, and it's definitely free to know about charts and also earning too. Okay. So the 4 rubber glove. Now, if you don't want to find more about the stock chart, look at the green pentagon. Some of you have given your verdict, isn't it? Very good. You like TopGlove, you like Harta, you like SuperMax. All right, everyone has their own flavor in here. Again, put those charts right in front of you. Look for the setup. All right, but at the same time, you're going to look at the fundamental too. Tell me what you like here, right? Give me your verdict, type it in there. If you want to have stock chart, go over to SmartRobie and type it in there. And you can just screen print and just look at it and look at the green pentagon for your timing. That will definitely help you on your timing part. All right. So far, which one do you like? The 4 gentlemen inside there. The 4 tycoon. Except SuperMax are supposed to be Stanley Tai, okay? The 4 or the 3 tycoon plus a custodian. Which one will make you money? Which one will take your price higher? What do you think? Okay, type it in there. Which one do you like? SuperMax. Now, sometimes you look at it, how to buy. We judge who is the most honest guy. Don't say it's me, because I'm the fifth guy in this slide, isn't it? No. I'm just an analyst. I'm just here to help you to make things simpler for you, because the world of investment can be rather complicated. So what we do is try to make it lively, more entertaining, so you'll come back and share more of our information in here. Okay, gloves kill germs, virus. Yeah, that's right. SuperMax, wonderful. All right, so which one do you like? Type it in there. We're almost coming to 1 hour. I just want to end here. Now remember, in SmartRobie, there is a sentiment analysis Go over there and look at the news. Quite important to keep track. It mirrors supports SuperMax at 825. They bought a piece of land. You can see 9th of June. Why? They are expanding, right? In Klang, most of the guys are all in Klang. SuperMax, Hatta and Notion VTech is next to each other now. When I visited Notion VTech, I saw Hatta, so they're all like brother now. Because there's a whole bunch of the factory in Klang there, near the Pandamaran site there. All right, so SuperMax, take note and check out the sentimental analysis, and also you can check out the fundamental analysis, just the one I've just showed you in here. You can look at the dividend. Now remember, all these four, they don't pay dividend. They're all growth stock. They have tons of money inside there, some about 300 million. I just have here SuperMax has 173 million. That's a lot of money. Even most of these Chinaman company, Chinese run, they have a lot of cash inside there, you know. They keep it in cash, they keep it in money market funds, and they want to use for expansion. So let's see where they expand. So they're going to retire a lot, very rich. So buying some of this company does make sense, especially they have a lot of cash. Okay. So summary, which one do you like? Okay. And I'm going to give you, with the help of analysts in here, right? I'm going to give you the, okay, good. All right. Now, if you look here, they have some target prices in here, okay, which makes your job very simple, isn't it? Because I'm just going to use UOB, which I attended, and UOB is one of our exclusive partner for SmartRobie. So we are working together with them. So in a way, we want to do is to share the resources. They are good research, plus our analytics, and present it to you. FOC, free of charge. That's what we do. We like to do free things, okay? Free tools, free things that at least in the eyes of as an investor, you know, your job is simplified. We do it. So in here, take a picture of this. Very good. All right, please make sure you do. And some target prices in here by UOB Kehiang at 21 ringgit. And I also put those that you see in bracket and italic. Those are current prices right now. Okay. Today Hatta just boom 13%. So we broke through the 13 ringgit target price at 45 times PE. That's next year one. Next year PE. Right now it's 100 over time. So when the earning comes out, they normalize it. Then you see you go back to 45 times. Okay. TopGlove is 21.90. Okay. So there's a potential of 27%. Kossan has a potential of let me just show you better lah. Kossan has a potential of 22%. TopGlove today gone up 13%. Sometimes like Kossan and TopGlove you know, 21%, if one day they go 6%, already reached there, you know. Yeah, true, right? Quite fast on, they move up inside there. So look for one. Now remember, this morning we selected one stock. No, yesterday we selected RobiX. Hasn't moved yet. Take a look at that one. I haven't done much analysis on that one. Perhaps I have time, I want to do that, but all based on your request, ladies and gentlemen. So for SuperMax, you can pretty much estimate a downside, upside 10 to 20% now, because you know all of them move pretty much the same. All right. So my last message for you guys today is there are window opportunity right now before. No, actually it's not below. Sorry, before. Typo mistake. Before the vaccine 19 success and the announcement by the WHO that the COVID-19 has been contained. So now you see the cases in US is rising, and today is the first day. That's why we saw this boom. So action is accumulating on weakness in between now to end of the year. I think it will be Q4 end of the year. Earliest will be November, because if Donald Trump can bring in just before his election, or he delays election, he can try to delay his election, but they want to get rid of him the whole US. All right. So you buy on technical VSA pullback or stage 1 accumulation, or use SmartRobie trading plan. Now those of you who want to learn more how to do this timing, we do have coming classes, and you can find out more. There's a number at the scrolling in here, you can find out more about it. Or just use the trading plan that you have, and some of you are quite competent for that one. Alright, so this is the last page I want to share with you here. Alright, I hope you... How about Comfort? Oh, sorry, Lee, I didn't cover Comfort here because today only 4 stocks. Some people ask, how come I didn't cover RobiX? How come I didn't cover... I try to cover the bigger one because they're more solid and they're much more... Lack of a better word, there are less risks, to be frank. You can sleep better, you can hold longer. Makes sense or not? If it makes sense, give me a thumbs up. That's why I cover the big names. I held... Do you know I bought Hatta at $1.80? I'm still holding it now. Because of the continued growth every year and the EPS. And think of it, very important, as I explained to many of my members, Malaysia is one of the few countries that only can do this. Nobody else. That's right. Just like Apple. It's only made by Apple. iPhone is made, but nobody can do it. The other guy who do it is Android. Makes sense, huh? All right? So keep this in mind. So SmartRobie will help you to trade. Those of you who have not downloaded, get it, and you're going to ask Robi what to do next. Wonderful. Now, definitely, I always flash this just to remind everybody where we are now. All right? We came through a bull market. Not much Malaysia, more US. We fell through the COVID-19. The low was at March 16. Right now, we're in July, almost 4 months later. We are coming out from the despair, the hope, and relief. Right? Because why? Market has been lifted up. Right? And it's rallying, and we can go up. I'm still waiting to take my first flight out from Malaysia for holiday. Gonna do the ASEAN holiday first. I'm sure you all want to go holiday, isn't it? Many of you, right? How many of you want to go for holiday? I want to go for holiday too. Oh, goodness. All right. And the best solution is know yourself. Don't follow the fun. What is the real object? Have a winning system like what we do. We do the fundamental, we do the technicals. And if you follow us and listen to this free talk and share and adopt a coach, just like me, a virtual coach, over Zoom inside here, you will learn something definitely. All right. And don't forget our BASA version, the Foundation One Day course. We're doing this Saturday. We still have some seats left, so if you're interested, there's a number there, if you can call. All right, and we'll teach you how to buy from correction. That's wonderful too. Okay, we also have the screener. What are the right stock to buy? Just like today, I just sort of look at 4. There are some coming up inside here, so this is definitely one of our sectors to look at. Because some people say, Martin, maybe don't buy rubber glove. Got other sector now. God, technology. Okay, and I think I have a hunch oil and gas will be back too. All right. Definitely Saber Dynamic, which I talked about it this morning. Look at that one, Saber Dynamic, which is rated at 7 too. Has a good, very good dividend. Okay, so all in all, remember, SmartRobie, download it, and post MCO pay cut, no problem. Learn how to invest, learn how to trade. We still have seats left, and now we're doing over Zoom. The August intake for our 3-day masterclass. Some of you heard it before, but just want to refresh the date. And our past members, please come back re-attend, because we do this once every 2 months, so technically you can attend 5 times. That's right, one price, 5 times attendance. Great thing, you won't miss. And also every Wednesday night you see me also. All right, so we will include the US. That's what I want to talk about, the US side. US has a lot of opportunity coming in with the November rally. We just did one 2 weeks ago, and as I talk about the US, there's a lot and also the currency. Our Malaysian currency is no longer strong. Try to invest overseas. That's my last input to you guys. Okay. So with that, I will end right in here. Join our TradeVSA. All right. And special next week. Okay. Post-COVID rally, how to have a winning portfolio with SmartRobie. Because after we talk all the sectors and how are we going to combine them, how are we going to buy them, and I'm going to share you next video. But if not, join me tomorrow at the SmartRobie, right, morning talk show at 10:15 tomorrow, or watch our recording, whichever at your convenience. I'm here, Martin Wong, signing out. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Or type it in there. I'll be happy to. I know some of you are going to ask me, can buy comfort or not. I'll cover it. I'll promise I'll cover another section in here. Thank you. Bye-bye.